Now, each of these horses have a place in the team, okay? Okay, so I'm going to tell you what the lineup here is meant to be, okay? It's meant to be Swampy, Apollo, Amelia, Spider Pig, then Vanilla. And you can see that it's not in that alignment. But here's the thing that I don't do when I'm going through teaching. So I'm going to give you away a couple of really big secrets here. When I go through teaching these teams, I have a spot for them to be in, but I don't get crazy about trying to make them get into that spot. I work them until they get to that spot. And the reason for that is that in a lot of the shows and presentations that we've done over the years, is that what happens is that if you just drill a horse in a Liberty performance that this is the spot he's got to be in, this is the spot he's got to be in, and in a show for whatever reason the follow spot operator gets it wrong, camera goes off, whatever the reason might be, I don't want my horses to panic or to become worried about being out of spot, but being able to understand to work back to that spot. Okay, and the other thing that I also want to just, point out, and you can, believe this, yes or no, like I literally, you've seen the two Palominos and the grey horse get work yesterday if you're here. Both Amelia and Apollo, we literally pulled them out of the paddock this morning and brought them in here. So I didn't go through doing any kind of warm-up. I just wanted to go through and allow and work them in here so you guys could get to see how that this stuff starts to evolve and come together. And if you were watching, you can see that they're now in their correct lineup. All right, cool. Okay, now we're going to do a directional change. I'm going to walk you through a few different ways that I do this, get them to stop there. So when I start out teaching these horses to work together, I started out by stopping them and changing the direction, allowing them to come around. And one of the horses, one of the things that you have to watch is that the outside horses that know this deal, they learn very quickly they could just drop back to the inside and the distance that they'd have to travel and the work that they've got to do becomes a whole lot less. Which is why that I'm standing in close here saying, Vanilla, good job, and I'm like, Apollo and Swampy, it's kind of time for you guys to catch up. Again, my stop cue comes in here to be really helpful because I can just check my inside horses, allowing for my outside horses to catch up. I'm going to go around this way, and then the next change of direction when I go to do this is that I'm going to go through, I'm going to change the directions here. Apollo. You can see him sneaking down the rows. Okay, so I'll just check them back here. Show you the change of direction. I'll come back this way.
No, look at he's sneaking.
What I tell you. Here's the thing though, that I know that Swampy knows where to be. There comes Amelia. Okay, you watch here. I'll step back. I'm opening up a gap. I'm looking for a gap for Swampy to be able to come through. So what usually is happening when I'm going through doing this at a show or a performance, I'm looking for these little moments that most of the people would know what it is that I'm trying to get done because it helps transition me to the next part. Okay. Go ahead and stop them there. Mm-hmm. Good. Just walk around them. Now, there might be some of you guys sitting there today being like, that's cool, but that's so far beyond where I'm at and what I'm going to be able to do. I don't even know why I'm watching. It's cool, but how can I get there? One of the really statements that always stood out to me was in regarding this. There's a pastor called Stephen Furtick, and his son came and said to him, hey, Dad, is earning $50,000 a year a lot? He's like, well, it is until you are. Right? And I've seen this so much where there's bunches of you guys right here in this very audience that have gone through and they're like, if I could just get one horse to maintain that connection with me in the round pen, I'd be so happy. 6 months later, they're outside. A year later, 2 years later, so how do I get the second horse to do this? So the reason that I go through and say that what I'm showing you here is possible for everybody. This isn't some kind of secret magical thing that is, only a few select can get done. What you're seeing here is 100% possible, and I have seen it time and time again with a bunch of the people that are here competing this weekend and that we've had the privilege of working with them, their horses.